Hello everybody, my name is Jamie Alexander and today I'm going to be showing you how to handle Firefox on your new MacBook Pros. Now, if you go to Mission Control, which you can do by pressing F4, you will see that your computer comes with 3 pre-downloaded web browsers: Firefox, Google Chrome, and Safari. I will deal with these two in later movies, but today I'm going to focus on Firefox, so I'm going to select that. Now, as you can see, it opens directly to the Google page. This is also my home, so it goes directly to my home. Usually I would have it set to my mail Gmail account, but I changed it especially for this movie, just to make things a whole lot simpler. Now, if you saw my previous movies on disabling pop-up blocker, you will know that the key command for opening preferences is Command comma. As you can see, if you're more a trackpad person, you can go to Firefox and select Preferences. Opens the same exact thing. Now, here on General, you can see I can on Startup I can edit my home page and what page Firefox opens to when it starts up. You have 3 options: blank page, which is like this, which shows you commonly visited websites for you. You may also do show my windows and tabs from last time. Essentially, what that will do is reopen the previous windows you had open before. So if you had, let's say, YouTube open before, to a special video, it will open straight to that video immediately. Pretty convenient if you're working on a project that requires a lot of research, you have a lot of tabs open, and you accidentally press quit. That happens to me. It's really annoying. But enough about me. On General, you also see downloads. You can edit or change where your downloads from the internet are saved to. I prefer, personally, the downloads folder, which I have right here in my dock. You may also say, always ask me where to save the files, but I find that inconvenient if I'm downloading something in a hurry. You can also change it by going to Choose and selecting Dropbox, Google Drive, Movies, or Documents. I personally prefer Downloads because my Documents is crowded enough. Yeah, should probably fix that. Not right now, though. So, after General, there is Tabs. As you can see, I have everything checked because I haven't found it necessary to uncheck anything. I'll leave that up to you if you want to change stuff, but I prefer not to experiment. It's too much trouble. So here it has open new windows in a new tab instead. What this means is if there are if you're at a site and there's a link to another page, if you click on that, it will automatically open it in another tab. It won't just open this, it will open the actual website. You can also, it also will warn me when closing multiple tabs, which is, again, is useful if you're working on a big project that requires a lot of tabs open, and you accidentally hit quit again. So, it will warn you what exactly the heck you're doing. Also, it will warn me when opening multiple tabs might slow down Firefox. That rarely happens to me, but it's useful if it turns out I'm slowing down my computer, which I do not like. So I try to avoid that. Usually doesn't happen to me. Hope it doesn't happen to you. Also, don't load tabs until selected. This means that it won't open any extra tabs that I don't actually want opened, which is nice. And when I open a link in a new tab, switch to it immediately, which is similar to this. Now, if I go to Content, this is where you can change whether you want to block pop-up windows or not. I keep this unchecked since I use websites such as Math Excel and Pearsons.net for my math classes, or my math class. Don't take any math classes. I don't think most people do. Since they need to open pop-up windows for me to access the actual tools. You can also change the font here, or go to advanced for some more advanced font editing. I usually like to keep it at the default, unless you're like a person who likes their own aesthetic. You can also change the language if you're more a Spanish or Chinese person. Excuse me, but since I'm English, I keep it at the default, which is English. Go to applications. This is just a list of applications that you don't usually do much with this. You might use it. It might refer to like apps that have interacted with Firefox, but I don't usually visit this. Privacy. You can learn about tracking. I prefer. I'm a very private person, so I don't want to be tracked in the slightest. You can tell them not. You can tell sites not to track, or if you're that sort of person, you can ask. You can tell them that you want to be tracked. Don't know why you would, but oops. Also, you can change your history settings. Never remember history, which is the same as opening an incognito tab, which I shall show you after finishing with settings or preferences, but not right now. Also, use custom settings for history. This is very complicated. I can select always use private browsing windows. No, I don't want to check that because I like to since private browsing windows will open tabs that will not appear in your history. If I find a tab that I like, I want to come back to it, I prefer that it's in my history so I can find it again, just in case I forget to add it to my bookmarks, which I will also cover. Remember my browsing and download history. I like that. Remember search and form history. Like that too. Accept cookies from sites. You know what? I don't want that. So if you don't want that either, I'm gonna uncheck. You can uncheck that. You can also say clear history when Firefox closes. I do not want that either because I close Firefox a lot, and there are always websites that I'm wanting to come back to. So not gonna uncheck that. Location bar. When using location bar, suggest history and bookmarks. History, bookmarks, nothing. I leave this up to you. I've never found it necessary to change it. Basically, what this does is the Firefox might suggest that when using a location bar, you might suggest using either bookmarks or history. If you go to now, let's cover security. Warn me when sites are trying to install add-ons. I personally do not want any add-ons that a website wants to add to my computer or to my Firefox without me asking first. So, I keep that checked. Block reported attack sites. And block reported web forgeries. I've encountered emails, and you will probably will too, saying that I need to visit this website or else. If you click on that and it turns out to be something like an attack site or a web forgery, Firefox will warn you, and you can navigate that or navigate away from that right away, unless you just want to see what the heck it is. I leave that up to you, though I would not recommend it in the slightest. Basic Firefox user axiom: don't do anything you don't know about and look suspicious. For passwords, remember passwords for site. My Firefox usually asks me if I want to remember the password. If it's something like my Gmail account, I might say yes. I can also use a master password, so it automatically inputs a set password um, for anything. Since I might use the same exact password for anything. I'm not going to tell you about that so that none of you little freshmen will start hacking into my computer. I trust you though. I trust you. Don't ever think that I don't trust you. Well, yeah. So access your tabs, bookmarks, passwords, and more whatever you use Firefox. Create an account. So this is basically you can create an account in Firefox, sign in, or use an older version of Sync. I don't have a Firefox account. I've never found that I needed one, so I've never done that. Now, if you go to advanced, I'm only going to cover the general page of advanced in this video since it gets really complicated in these other tabs. So always use cursor keys to navigate within pages. So cursor keys are essentially what you see in Word, which is that little blinking line. I don't like that thing. It gets annoying sometimes unless I'm actually editing a document. If you keep this unchecked, you'll only see it in something where you're actually making edits. Search text when I'm typing. This is essentially when you do Command F, Command Find, and it will start searching the web page for whatever you type in. Also, it will warn me when websites try to redirect or reload the page. I don't want to be going to anything that I didn't choose to go to. So I will want to be warned of that in case any unscrupulous website starts messing with me. For browsing, use auto scrolling. This is basically it's pretty self-explanatory. It auto scrolls if you when you start scrolling. For use smooth scrolling, that basically means it won't be jumpy. It will be pretty smooth. If I want to demonstrate that, I'm going to go to Wikipedia. I'll just search something random on Wikipedia. Just a random set of phrases. Egg. Okay. What's your favorite superhero? Anybody got any suggestions? Did I hear Batman? I'll just search Batman. So, gives me this long list. As you can see, when I scroll down, it's very smooth. It's not jumping around. If I unchecked it, it would be sort of like this. I don't like that. I sort of like this smooth feeling. I feel I'm a very smooth person. You may have different feelings on that, but I don't care. This is not important at all. Check my spelling as I type. So if you're say on Moodle, I don't know if the library's teams cover that with you or not. And you're typing something in, Firefox will automatically check your spelling. System defaults, always check to see if Firefox is the default browser. Yes, if it is not, if I say had Google Chrome as my default browser, which I don't, since I prefer Firefox, it would ask me. Firefox would ask me, do you want to make Firefox your default browser? AKA, if I click on a link in a Word document, do I want to open Firefox or Chrome or Safari? Now, since we finished with preferences, I'm going to close this. Now, here you've got this nice, cool toolbar. This is the relatively updated, this is the newest version of Firefox. If you didn't see my previous video, the way to update Firefox is to go to Firefox, go to About Firefox, and it will check whether you have an up-to-date form of Firefox. Since I have since my Firefox is up to date 29.0.1, which will probably change pretty soon, it will say, do you want to update Firefox? I would say yes, and it would download a new version. It would update my Firefox.